The rain was falling hard. On the rooftop of a tall building, a young pregnant girl stood at the very edge. Her hands shook. Her eyes were filled with fear and pain. One wrong step and everything would be over. Suddenly, a man rushed forward. He grabbed her hand just in time and pulled her back from the edge. "Don't jump," he whispered, breathing heavily. The girl stared at him in shock. "Why do you care?" she asked. The man didn't answer right away. He looked tired, broken, almost as if he carried his own secrets. Who was he? Not just any man. He was once a powerful CEO, but now he was struggling to survive just like her. This was the moment their lives would change forever. If you want to know how a failed CEO and a broken girl saved each other, stay with me till the end of this story. And don't forget to subscribe to Black and Wronged for more stories that will touch your heart. The storm raged across the city. On the rooftop, the girl's hair whipped wildly in the wind, her swollen belly rising and falling with every heavy breath. She whispered almost to herself, "Maybe the world will finally be free of me." Then came the voice, firm, urgent, "Don't jump!" Startled, she turned. A man stood only a few steps away, his suit drenched, his eyes carrying the weight of countless sleepless nights. His name was Daniel. For a moment, they only stared at each other. Two strangers in the rain. But something unspoken passed between them. He saw her pain, and she saw his. Daniel slowly raised his hand. "Please," he said softly, "step back." The girl's lips trembled. "Why should I listen to you?" Daniel didn't answer. His silence was heavy, but his eyes told a story of loss and regret. And that silence made her pause. The girl's knees weakened, and she slowly stepped away from the ledge. Daniel let out a shaky breath, but he didn't move closer. He knew one wrong step could push her back toward danger. "What's your name?" he asked gently. Her voice was barely a whisper. "Naina." Daniel repeated it softly, as if holding something fragile. "Naina?" For a moment, the rooftop felt quieter, though the storm still roared around them. Naina hugged her arms around herself, eyes darting toward the dark sky. "You don't understand," she said. "I've lost everything. My family, my dreams, and now this child. I can't do it alone." Daniel's jaw tightened. Her words struck something deep inside him, a wound he thought he had buried. He didn't tell her yet, but he too had once lost everything. "Maybe I do understand," he murmured. Naina blinked at him, confused. "What do you mean?" Daniel hesitated. The truth was heavy on his tongue, and revealing it would change everything. Naina followed Daniel down the stairs, still shivering from the cold rain. He guided her to his small apartment, a simple place with a worn couch, scattered papers, and a faint smell of coffee. It wasn't fancy, but it was safe. "You can stay here tonight," Daniel said. Naina hesitated, but finally nodded. She sank onto the couch, wrapping herself in a blanket, feeling the weight of the world on her shoulders. That night, as Daniel made 2 cups of cocoa, Naina whispered, "I don't even know where to start. I feel like I've lost everything." Daniel handed her a cup. "We start with one step," he said. "One small step at a time." For the first time in weeks, Naina felt a flicker of hope. She listened as Daniel told her stories of his own failures, his company, once huge, now gone, leaving him with nothing but lessons. But just when she thought she could relax, a loud knock echoed from the apartment door. Who could it be at this hour? Naina froze. The knock came again, louder this time. Daniel's face tightened. "Stay here," he whispered, moving toward the door cautiously. Through the peephole, he saw no one, just the empty hallway. Yet a small envelope had slipped under the door. He picked it up and handed it to Naina. Her hands trembled as she opened it. Inside were photographs. Of her, of the rooftop. Of her alone, standing on the edge. Her stomach, the baby growing inside her. Every moment captured. "Who sent this?" she whispered, panic rising. Daniel didn't answer immediately. He studied her carefully. "Someone knows about you." "About us," he finally said. Naina's heart pounded. Could someone from her past have found her? Someone dangerous? Before she could ask more, another sound echoed from the hallway, a whisper of a familiar name. Naina turned her head sharply. Who was standing outside? Watching them? Naina hugged the envelope to her chest, her pulse racing. Daniel moved closer, protective, eyes scanning the dark hallway. "We need to be careful," he said quietly. "You can't trust everyone." Naina nodded, though fear tightened her throat. She thought about Logan, the man who had left her when she needed him most. He had vanished from her life, But now it seemed like the past wasn't finished with her yet. Days passed, but the photographs haunted her. Each time she stepped outside, she felt someone's eyes on her. Every stranger's glance, every passing car made her heart skip a beat. Daniel tried to keep her focused, helping her find small ways to rebuild her life. Yet in the back of her mind, the shadow of the past lingered, growing larger with each moment. And then, one evening, a single message appeared on her phone. No name. Just 3 chilling words. I'm watching you. Naina felt her fear rising, but Daniel encouraged her to focus on small victories. Each morning, she checked emails, replied to messages, and slowly began taking steps toward her own future. She started a small online project, helping other women like her, single, struggling, overlooked. Every day she felt a little stronger, a little more capable. Daniel watched her quietly, proud but never overbearing. Yet, no matter how much she tried to focus on the present, the past still whispered. Who had sent the photos? Who was tracking her every move? One night, as she worked late, the lights flickered and the apartment felt colder than usual. Daniel was asleep, leaving her alone with her thoughts. Then came a sound, a soft knock followed by a shadow moving outside the window. Naina froze. Was it the past catching up? Or something even more dangerous? Naina's heart raced as she stared at the shadow outside the window. She wanted to run, but Daniel gently took her hand. We face it together, he said. Gathering courage, Naina opened the door slightly. The hallway was empty, but a small envelope lay on the floor. Her hands shook as she picked it up. Inside was a note. You can't hide forever. Her chest tightened. The past she thought she had escaped was closing in faster than ever. But now she wasn't alone. Daniel stood beside her, ready to protect her no matter what. They realized the danger was real, but so was their strength. Naina understood that running away wouldn't solve anything. She had to face it. As she clutched Daniel's hand, a distant sound echoed from above, a familiar voice calling her name. Naina turned sharply, fear and curiosity mixing. Who was it? And what did they want? Naina's heart pounded as she climbed toward the rooftop. The voice calling her was Daniel's, steady, calm, and full of determination. He had followed her every step, never leaving her side. When she reached the edge, she froze. The city below seemed endless, her fear threatening to take over again. But Daniel stepped forward, holding out his hand. I won't let you fall, he said. Tears streamed down Naina's face as she finally took his hand. The storm around them seemed to pause. In that moment, 2 broken souls held each other tight, realizing that together, they could face anything. Days turned into weeks. Naina began rebuilding her life, starting small but dreaming big. With Daniel's support, she created a platform to help other women like her. She was no longer afraid, no longer hiding. She had found hope, strength, and love. And if this story moved you even a little, don't forget to subscribe to Black and Wronged. Hit the like button and share it with someone who needs hope. Remember, even broken hearts can rise again.